Big game because it's the next game. It's all the
Yeah,
games from here on out are conference games. Chico will be covering the game live on Big Dog Chico Speed Hustle. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. Live
you know about that
commentary.
speed hustle.
Oh man, I rock some Speed Hustle, man. Even though they don't eat black eyed peas. Chico, let's talk about this game, man.
Whew, this game gonna be a game. I'll tell you that much. A lot to prove down there. Going down back down to Fort Worth, you got a lot of guys from that area also. It's gonna be playing in front of a big show out in front of those guys too. No matter who we playing, the game plan stays the same, right? Run the football, score early, get in position to have them play from behind, and that way we got our best foot forward on defense to get off the field with some pass rushing and some great defensive back play back there. They're gonna have to step it up. Same MO, same game plan. Enemies get up early and stick to the run. If it's working this game, let's stick to it a little bit more and see what that gets us.
No,
That's
you're right. I like that, Chico.
gonna keep it generic right there.
Nah, I mean, it's the truth though. When you think about TCU, when they beat North Carolina on the first game of the season in front of the whole country, it looked like TCU looks like, a juggernaut. And they haven't ran the ball that well since. If you with the way they throw the ball, if you allow them to run the ball, and I know we say this every week, but if you allow TCU to run the ball, they're gonna look like a juggernaut. That's just the truth. So at this point, I think you really like you got a blueprint for stopping the run against TCU because teams have begun to do that. So now it's you're in your wheelhouse, which is having somebody who wants to throw the ball and you like your pass rush. So if you can get him off, if you can get him off Hoover off schedule, if you can have him making off platform throws, then I think it bodes well for your defense. But that's what you got. And I think offensively, you've seen the signs. You've seen what it can be. You've seen it. Now you just got to stay on schedule with the play caller. I kind of felt like the game, has been getting to more of a rhythm offensively. So I think you want to keep that going. And shoot, if you do, it won't be that 14-point spread at all.
I like that, Dukes. I'll start where you ended. I think that offensive rhythm, starts with the offensive line. And so far, they have been one of the better offensive lines in the country this season. And so the offense will go as they go. I think that, defensively, these guys have shown themselves as a passing team. And so it's going to make sure that the safeties and corners are doing their job. But even from a defensive perspective, Dukes, I want to drill down a little further than what Chico's spot on analysis was. I think it's going to come down to third down. We are facing a team in TCU who is in the top 10 in the nation at the percentage in which that they convert third down. Uh, if they do that, we're in trouble. We have got to bring that average down, which means the defense has got to step up in a major way, not just on third down, but put them in a position where third down is tougher. You don't want to have them at 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, where the whole playbook is open. You need to force some situations where it's 3rd and 15, 3rd and 17, where they kind of get one dimensional, if you will, and what they got to accomplish. So I think literally, I think it's going to really come down to probably two phases. The two things that you both you gentlemen articulated at the top, and then drilling down specific for us, the fewer, less impactful penalties we have, it's going to be difficult to have a penalty free game. These officials call games the way they call them, and so you look at the crew that's coming in, and they have information on us like you got information on them. So I'm not looking for like this penalty free game. What I'm looking for is a penalty game where we don't have those situational penalties that derail drives for us or extend drives for them. And then I think it's going to be, do we get to the end of this game and have changed somewhat, if not dramatically, the success that they've had on third down this season? Because we got to get that offense off the field and get ours on.
Yeah, and when you get offense on the field, 1,000 you got to take advantage. I like what I saw from the run game in some spots last week. So I think if you keep that momentum going, you keep them off the field, and and that's what makes Colorado dangerous, especially with the way the offensive line is playing.
Yeah. 27-24 loss for TCU versus number 25 now ranked Arizona State. Let me see. Like we having some technical
Yeah,
difficulties on my end and Duke's end, but we'll fix that. Go ahead, Unc.
Yeah, both of these teams, TCU and the Colorado Buffaloes, last game was not only a loss, but it was a loss in which they had to lead in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so, both of them has showed some flaws in finishing. And so, which team is going to show up there in Dallas and be able to finish? I personally like the confidence from this Colorado Buffalo team when you really analyze where the failures have been and where the success has been. We've talked about it before, Big Dog. This is not a talent issue. This is a finishing issue, and that's something that you could correct. If you were in this situation with this record and had no talent, well, hell, you just got to go out there and you just see what happens. But this team
Yeah.
has the talent to win games, to be in games, to lead games. This team just needs to learn how to finish games and not shoot yourself in the foot with an untimely, uncharacteristic penalty that's just adverse to the game situation and game IQ that you're currently in at that moment.
Let me ask you this, Unc. Because of Coach Prime's statements the other day about good cornerbacks and 95% in the percent that's out there making plays, 95% that's trying not to get beat. If you're a Colorado DB now coming into this ball game and you have these timely penalties, I think they have more or about the same as they had all of last year. Do you go into this game now being that 95% and not trying to get these penalties, or you just go out there and continue to play ball and if it happens, it happens, but you're still trying to make plays?
I think we have to appreciate the genius of Deion Sanders / Coach Prime. A lot of times when he's talking to the media, he's talking to his players.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't answering the question of that reporter. He was making a statement to his secondary room. He was making a statement to his cornerbacks, to his safeties. He was making a statement to the coaches on that side of the ball. And that's why he doubled down on it, paused, and made sure, hey, y'all get this. I want everybody to get this. And it's coming from him. And so I think it's going to
Mm-hmm.
serve as a carrot on the stick, if you will, a motivator, if you will, for these guys to go out and play with the mindset of not to get beat, but to make a play, because that's what their head coach said he's looking for. He's looking for that 5%, not the 95%. So go out there, do it. One of the things that Coach Prime has also been big on, leading into the last game and into this one, is turn the page after a play, whether it was
Yeah.
successful or unsuccessful. Move on to the next play. You can't be out there with body language pouting over what just happened, because the ball is being spotted and we're moving on. And speaking of, we are facing a tempo team this weekend.
Yep. Which is something I heard one of the players say, hey, we should be used to this, especially going against tempo teams all of last year. That was the offense. And overall, though, with this quarterback not being as much of a running quarterback, being more of a traditional passer, might be more of a traditional game, but they could still implement some QB runs into their offense. So we still need to be conscious of that and not let them try to get off on that, man. But main thing is get up early, run the ball, just like Von Randall just came in here and said, run early and often. And that's what I think too. I think the identity of this team, the heart of this team, the position group that you can lean on this team that has been the most consistent has been that offensive line. So let them lean on that defense.
I'm by no means comparing, but I'm making a statement about prolific quarterbacks. If you really want to beat a Tom Brady team or a Peyton Manning team, make sure they're on the bench, which means you're doing sustained drives.
Mm-hmm.
And sustained drives take running the ball. And not only running the ball, it takes situational awareness of how you utilize the clock in between plays.
All right.
Just because they're a tempo team doesn't mean you have to be a tempo team.
Exactly.
Make them play your game. So I think there's going to be a lot of nuances to it. But I do think that this team, although a 14-point underdog, just like 2 years ago was a 21-point underdog, I don't think this team is going to Dallas with an underdog mentality.
And they shouldn't. They shouldn't. They should go in there knowing that we played everybody, -1 team, very close. We were right there in the games. We had a lead. Now it's time to find a way to put everything together. We're going back to a lot of you guys' home state. We're going back to the South. As somebody said, we're going back to sea level. Y'all should be nice and comfortable. It shouldn't be anything too foreign to you guys. We've actually done this a couple years ago. We came down here and got a win. We can do the same thing now and energize our season, right now. Put a battery
Yeah,
in all of our back for the win down here.
We're coming down to sea level. That's a box checks for us. The last time we played them was earlier in the season during the day, so the temperature for the game should be a little more toward what we are used to here as it goes into the night.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you got to play your game, you got to execute your game, and not theirs. And I think I think third downs are gonna be huge. Is what can our defense do to stop their offense on third down?
Yeah. We need to get off the field. Will their defense look at the film from last week versus BYU and take some of those things that the defense did as far as spying one and sometimes two linebackers to kind of keep an eye on K-Salt and just defend the wide receivers one-on-one back deep? If they do that, they would have to have some athletic linebackers like BYU had to, keep the reins on Salt. But I think to go against that as far as the offense go, we have to have some of those design runs and not just rely on Salt to scramble out of a passing situation. But either way it go, if we execute as a offense as a whole, do what we're supposed to do, we can get up early in this game and make those guys play from behind and hopefully force some interceptions and get some sacks on this team.
You said it.
That's what I said, and I ain't caring what nobody thinking about it either. That's right. All right. I think we lost Dukes, but we're still on. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, and comment button. Hit that notification bell so that whenever we do go live, you can be notified.
And Chico, before we get out of here, man, shout out to our man, the big chef Louisiana Glenn. I saw him rocking that hat.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. He been on the Shopify. Yeah, the shark with the fork, straight out of Louisiana, out here cooking it up in Colorado. Saw him post on his gram, had the TMR hat on.
Chico, you seen me the whole time.
I swear I ain't see you, dog.
Bro, you couldn't. I just saw your message. Man, that man said, I guess we lost Dukes to school. I'm sitting up here like this. Chico, you ain't even look. You ain't even look.
I did look. I didn't see it. My bad, dog. Why would I say that online, man?
Cause you be lying sometimes.
No, I don't. I be lying.
Yeah.
I'll be lying sometimes.
Hey, Fat Joe, you do be lying.
Hey, Chico cap you down in the heartbeat, man. Hey, be capping.
You do be lying, Fat Joe.
Hold on. Let me take that back.
Why would I keep Duke in the background?
Hold on. Let me make sure. Because lying is disrespectful. My bad, Chico. I ain't gonna say you be lying sometimes. Sometimes you be capping a little bit. I say that.
I just add on to it a little bit. Nah.
Yeah, just a little, man. Put a little cap tax on there, what we call it.
I'm glad I'm glad we ain't in the show, because Duke would have been mad as hell. Like, I was back there. You didn't hear me. You didn't see me back there like this.
No, he ain't Chico. He Chinokio.
You just said it. That's why. That's the only reason I know it. You just said
it. Yeah. Louisiana Glenn, appreciate it.
Yes, I had some of that Cajun seasoning last night, Louisiana Glenn, and I just put a little touch of that Louisiana Glen barbecue sauce on it because that thing be fire. So I put a little touch.
Show the man in the hat, man.
And ate that. Show the man in the hat.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to pull up a picture of him? Oh, you should have told me that before.
I'm sorry. You're right. You don't know how to sell merchandise. My bad.
I do know how to sell merchandise. That's why I got this right here ready for them. Wow. How about that? Y'all go to the website right there.
You got a damn loyal viewer rocking modeling the hat for us, and you won't even put him on the screen.
Now you gonna make it seem like I'm not. All right, now we got to do it. Now y'all got to wait. Unbelievable.
Had Dukes in the green room waving his hand.
I'll make it like this. I'm back. It's fixed.
I sent you the picture Louisiana Glenn had on. Then you gonna send it to us, and still ain't got it ready to put on screen.
Did you say I sent it to y'all?
You did.
No, I sent y'all the same pic that I had shared the day before. That's what I was showing you. I had already shared it.
what he's saying is, since you got it, why you didn't have it?
Because I didn't. Hold up.
She goes so funny, man. My partner, man.
And still ain't pulled it up.
Can't nothing about it, man.
Give me a second, God.
You done
sent it to
had
my
47
phone.
minutes and 53 seconds.
You sent it to my phone anyway. Hold up, man. God. Now I got to find it on my own page and screenshot it just to share it.
Or go to Instagram and just open up there. That's what you said does it. Wubba dub.
Goodness gracious, man. Goodness gracious.
Lieutenant Glenn, that man just don't want to put you on the camera, man. My bad, Glenn. We gonna shout you out, Glenn.
Man, go ahead, Cuzzo. Cuzzo got it. I know Cuz got it.
I'll get it eventually. That's the actual story. Hold up. Right there.
There you go.
Right
yeah, go ahead,
fire spot.
Yeah, don't click through your stuff. You
Cuz.
need to take it down till you find it.
Man,